Chapter 5: Love and Despair.
The choice Marie faced in the willow grove was one that would define their fate. She knew that whatever she decided, nothing would ever be the same again.
A leap of faith.
Marie chose to abandon the ritual, believing that their love was stronger than the curse. She reached out to Julien, pulling him close and telling him that she loved him, that they could fight this together. The energy in the grove began to fade, the spirits' cries growing softer. But as the tension eased, Marie felt a coldness seep into her bones. She knew that Lucien's spirit was still there, still clinging to the hope that he could reclaim what he had lost.
The return to Montmartre.
They returned to Montmartre, but the city no longer felt like home. The shadows were still there, lurking in the corners of their apartment, in the alleyways, and in Julien's art. He continued to paint, but his work was darker than ever, filled with images of despair and loss. Marie tried to reach him, but she felt him slipping away, drawn ever closer to the same fate that had befallen Lucien.
The final confrontation.
Marie knew that they couldn't continue like this. She decided to confront Lucien's spirit one last time, to demand that he release Julien from the curse. She returned to the willow grove alone, carrying with her the painting that Lucien had left behind. As she stood in the clearing, she called out to him, begging him to let go, to find peace. The air grew cold, and she felt his presence, a weight pressing down on her chest. But instead of anger, she felt a deep, overwhelming sadness.
Lucien's confession.
Lucien's spirit appeared before her, not as the twisted, angry figure she had seen before, but as a man broken by love and regret. He confessed that he had been wrong, that his obsession had destroyed the one thing he had loved most. He had trapped Amelie's spirit, just as he had trapped himself, and now he was doing the same to Julien. He begged Marie for forgiveness, but she knew that only he could forgive himself.
Breaking the cycle.
Marie told Lucien that the only way to break the cycle was for him to let go, to release both Amelie and Julien from his grip. She placed the painting on the ground, and as Lucien looked at it, his form began to fade. The wind picked up, carrying away the last remnants of his spirit. The air grew warm again, and Marie felt a sense of peace that she hadn't felt in months.
Chapter 6: The Light After Darkness.
The shadows over Montmartre were lifting, but the scars they had left behind would take time to heal. Marie and Julien were free, but their relationship had been changed forever by what they had endured.
The aftermath.
In the days that followed, Julien's art began to change. The darkness that had once consumed his work was replaced by light, by hope. He painted scenes of Montmartre bathed in the soft glow of dawn, of lovers walking hand in hand through the streets. His work was still haunting, but it was no longer filled with despair. Instead, it spoke of love's ability to endure, to overcome even the darkest of times.
A new beginning.
Marie and Julien knew that they couldn't stay in Montmartre forever. The city held too many memories, too many ghosts. They decided to leave Paris, to find a new place where they could start over. As they packed up their belongings, they found the letters from Lucien and Amelie, now faded and worn. Marie placed them in the attic, knowing that they belonged to the past, but also that they were a part of the story that had brought them together.
The journey.
They left Paris one rainy morning, the city shrouded in mist. As the train pulled away, Marie looked out at the skyline, at the Eiffel Tower disappearing into the fog. She felt a sense of loss, but also of relief. They were leaving behind the shadows, but they were taking with them the lessons they had learned, the importance of love, of trust, and of letting go.
The future.
Marie and Julien settled in a small village in the south of France, far from the bustling streets of Paris. They found peace in the quiet, in the simple joys of daily life. Marie continued to write, her work now filled with the same light that had returned to Julien's paintings. They still thought of Paris, of the love that had brought them there, and of the darkness that had threatened to tear them apart. But they knew that they had emerged stronger, more united than ever.
The final embrace.
On the anniversary of their first meeting, they returned to Montmartre, to the place where it had all begun. The city was the same, but it felt different, brighter, more alive. They stood on the balcony of their old apartment, looking out at the Eiffel Tower as it glittered in the evening light. And as they held each other close, they knew that they had finally found their way out of the shadows, and into the light.
The end. Thank you for listening to The Shadows over Montmartre. We hope you enjoyed it. Do like and subscribe to our channel Talespinner Inc. and press bell icon for the notification of newest releases. Thank you.